What's going on, guys? Chuck back here with another awesome Blu-ray purchase. This is something a little different. Well, not really different. I've done this before. I'm not really going to focus on one particular thing. This is basically going to go over some pickups I've got here recently. Just a kind of real quick thing. Most of them from a Black Friday sale, but we'll get in that in a minute. But let's start off simple. What I picked up. This is one of the blessings of finally getting a region-free player. I was able to pick up from eBay Super Snooper, aka Super Fuzz, and this I believe is a, I'm not even sure what what country this was from. I want to say it's Norway or something. I don't know, but anyways, I recently, this is a movie I had not seen since I was a kid because it played endlessly on HBO. And it's funny because if you go on the Internet Movie Database or Wikipedia, and that's one of the points it makes about this film is that it was a constant loop on HBO. It's something I remember seeing all the time as a kid. I'd get it, or it'd come on, I would see it, and I would just have to stop and watch it. But I never saw it since then. And it's, the movie's been long out of print. And just recently, I recorded an episode of the Grind Bin podcast and discussing Super Snooper, Super Fuzz, whatever you want to call it, an Italian film, starring Ernest Borgnine and Terence Hill. And the funny thing is, I didn't know a whole lot about Terence Hill. Apparently, he's a big Australian star. Or is he Australian? England? I'm not sure where he's from, but apparently he's got a huge history of film. I had no clue. It's the only thing I've seen him in, so I got education from that. But that's a fun episode. That'll be coming out sometime in the future. But this was a lot of fun to get, and and the print is in English. It does have foreign subtitles, but it is in English. So, and it's a good looking print for a DVD. So I got it for a fairly decent price. So really happy to pick that one up. Next up is a Blu-ray, and what has been really hard to find. And I got this, as I won't say his recommendation directly from, but I saw a video from Christian Hannah Horror. He had he has a series of videos of horror films that you should own, and this was one of them on there. And it's one I've always wanted to find. Again, one of these ones that are very hard to find. But from his recommendation on that video, I went out on eBay and found, well, actually Amazon, and found the Spanish version of Fright Night Part 2. And, even you see everything on here, it's all in Spanish. Film plays in English, and it's region free. So that's really cool. Got it from Amazon, arrived in 2 days. I was really surprised this would be picked up from Amazon. So, yeah, and it looks great, sounds great, so it's well worth having until someone in North America is able to distribute, an actual North American release of Fright Night Part 2. This is a very good, I guess, what's what I'm looking for? Substitute for that. It's good print, good sound, in English. Highly recommend. And again, Amazon Prime. So, and region free, so you'll play on any Blu-ray player. Bonus. And first of all, I also apologize. If you hear a lot of screaming in the background, my son is upstairs playing Fortnite. He's making a lot of noise. He gets excited, but that's okay. Now, these next bits is, most of these are from the recent Synapse Black Friday sale, which I went crazy on Black Friday. Actually, I made an order some Synapse, Vinegar Syndrome, and oh my goodness, I'm drawing a blank all of Severin. Wow. And the Synapse orders arrived with the exception of one, and that's still on pre-order, and that one is, they call her One Eye, or Thriller Cruel Picture. So I think it releases sometime in February. Now, of course, this was before I discovered that Vinegar Syndrome apparently is releasing Blu-ray, like a 2K or 2K Master or 4K Master, I'm not sure, of the same film with more special features. So, but I don't see anything I've heard these things, and I don't think I've ever seen anything official, personally. as far as the announcer for Vinegar Syndrome, I don't see it on their site. At least I couldn't find it. So, but if that comes up, we'll see what happens. I don't know. But for the time being, I've pre-ordered the Synapse version of They Call Her One Eye, which I have their original DVD, and which I'm hearing this is pretty much the same thing. It's just upgrades to Blu-ray, whereas the Vinegar Syndrome is going to have new special features and whatnot. So let's see how it goes. Regardless, the Synapse orders I picked up were, let's see here. Start. First one I got was Suspiria. One I've not had. I've seen, enjoyed the movie quite a bit. Why I don't have it until now, I don't know. There's a lot of things I don't have, just now getting. Why? Mostly it's financial. And I'm finally able to pick up some of these things. So, yeah, I got this great 2-disc edition from Synapse. I'm very excited to take a look at the Blu-ray on this, or how it looks. Because this is Suspiria, if you haven't seen Suspiria, and I'm imagining if you're watching anything on here, you've seen Suspiria. But for the few of you who know me or following this and haven't seen Suspiria, this is a very colorful film, and I'm excited. I've only seen it. I saw it on DVD, so I'm really excited to see how this will look in this special edition, this Blu-ray from Synapse. And there's all kinds of special features on here. I mean, this year it's a 4K restoration too, so this is going to look amazing. I can't wait to pop it in the player and check it out. So, next up, what I picked up was Just Desserts, The Making of Creepshow. Now, funny story with this one is I actually I do have this, but I have it on a Region B special edition of Creepshow. One of the reasons I initially had bought a region-free DVD player some years back, because there was no special edition of Creepshow available. Warner Bros. Had basically a bare-bone snapper case copy of Creepshow with a trailer, and that was it. Then I saw that there was a Region B release of Creepshow with a lot of special features, including Just Desserts. And the cover was nice. I mean, it matched the time I had the Divimax Creepshow 2 special edition. And so I ordered it and got Just Desserts on that, so it was really great. I was excited. And then Scream Factory brought that awesome collector's edition of Creepshow with so many special features, which was fantastic, except Just Desserts. Didn't include that one. And then, of course, Synapse released it standalone on Blu-ray. And so I finally was able to pick it up. I've seen this. This is right up one of those really good documentaries, kind of like, obviously, in the vein of, maybe not as in depth as a Crystal Lake Memories or Never Sleep Again, but very good, along with More Brains, the Return of the Living Dead making of documentary. Very good, very good. Highly recommend it if you can find this. It's you can get this on Amazon. You can get it from. I bought it from Synapse because during the Black Friday sale, it's down a little bit. It's got a lot of good special features. You can freeze that, pause it to check it out. But highly recommend this. Very good. Next up was kind of a funny thing, and that's Hot Dog the movie, the unrated producer's cut. That's what sold it on me. Stars David Naughton from American Werewolf in London, and it's 80s ski school sex comedy hijinks. Underrated producer's cut. That's sold me right there. Have I seen Hot Dog? Honestly, I know bits and pieces of it from way back when. I don't think I've ever recalled seeing the entire film. But it was really cool. This is one of those ones, those kind of 80s teen sex comedies that were so rampant and that could not fly in today's society. So it's really cool to have this. And actually, personally, I always thought this would make a great double feature with another 80s food-related sex romp, and that being Hot Dog the motion picture. I mean, it even sounds good. Hot Dog the motion picture, or Hamburger the motion picture. Did I say Hot Dog originally? The movie is Hamburger the motion picture. Hamburger the motion picture and Hot Dog the movie. Those two would make a great 4th of July double feature. I mean, hamburger, hot dog, it writes itself. To this date, Hamburger in Motion Picture has not been released on, I don't even think it's been on DVD. I think it was VHS, and that's extremely hard to find. But if Synapse, if you're watching this, yeah, right. Anyone, any boutique label out there, if you can get Hamburger in the Motion Picture on a Blu-ray, and if you can get a Blu-ray and we can get a double, you have a great double feature of Hamburger in the Motion Picture, Hot Dog the Movie. I mean, come on. And he's got some good special features throughout that. Let's see here. I don't know if there's anything, nothing really special, just a little, it does have a nice little folder with all the credits, and it's a 4K restoration too. And it has like a little write-up and stuff, but which is a lot more than you think you would get for something like Hot Dog the Movie. You know, it's a lot more love. But there's a lot of these kind of films that were really popular in the 80s that I wish they could find and bring out. I mean, again, these are the kind of movies that would not fly today. But stuff like, again, Hamburger in the Motion Picture, Hot Resort, Perfect Timing was one I remember. There was a slew of them, and there's so many out there. Some, you know, most of them are forgotten, and probably for good reason. But, you know, they have their charm. They have their place. But it'd be cool if somebody, you know, and you find these obscure titles pop up out of the woodwork all the time. So it'd be great to find something like those show up. I mean, I know if King Lober just really get crazy, who the hell heard get crazy? So, I mean, if that's out there, I'm sure some of these obscure titles from the 80s could be found by one of these companies. Would be great. And, you know, I will be there for it when it happens. Now, the last one, this just arrived today. And this wasn't actually ordered in the Black Friday sale. I actually got this from Amazon. But it is a Synapse title. And it was one I was conflicted on, one I wanted to get, but I had to kind of compromise on how to get it. And that is Phenomena. Dario Argento's Phenomena on Blu-ray. Now I know what you're saying, for those of you who know. Chuck, why didn't you just wait or pre-order the awesome limited edition that Arrow and Synapse are releasing? And that is a good question. And believe me, I wanted to. However, that version is only 4K. There's no Blu-ray in it. It's strictly 4K. And as I've stated before, I do not own a 4K player. Maybe that's something I'm going to have to rectify in the future, but for the time being, I'm not necessarily seeing a point. For me personally, I'm, you know, enough until it comes to a point where I kind of have to. I'm kind of okay with just sticking with Blu-ray. But the set is beautiful. I would love to have that set. It's a great limited edition set. However, again, it's strictly 4K, so it'd be pretty to look at by the time we have to watch the movie. But the upside is, as far as feature-wise, everything on here from what I've seen is exactly what's on that limited edition, minus that limited edition is obviously in 4K. But, you know, it's got all the 3 different cuts of the film, the Dario Argento documentary, so many. I mean, there's like, so I'm not really missing. There's like a lot of cool special features on here. Again, you've got 3 versions of the film, and it's got the cool reversible artwork, which has the Creepers title. So I'm missing out on the bells and whistles more than the actual movie itself. So I'm not too disappointed. Would you like to have the limited edition? Well, yeah. You go back to my previous videos, I mean, I went crazy on getting those Arrow limited editions off of eBay to get those. But again, those are all Blu-ray and they were retainable and made sense. Whereas, you know, unfortunately, Phenomena's only, there's limited edition is strictly 4K. So, what can you do? What I can do is buy the Blu-ray and, you know, all right. So that is the recent pickup. And that was like mostly part one of the Black Friday sales, buys, purchase. I don't know. Along with a few extra. And like I said, I did order from Severin, but those are pre-orders, and I'm not expecting to get those till like January, February. The Vinegar Syndrome, now I had a huge order from Vinegar Syndrome, and that is all shipped, and including my pre-orders. So I'm looking at about, well, not huge, I guess not huge, but at least 6 titles coming from Vinegar Syndrome, 2 of which are pre-orders. And I'll show those to you when I get those, and I'll probably do individual videos for the two pre-orders. And then just last night, I made a huge like 9 film order from Screen Factory. Just picking up a lot of stuff that, hey, I want get this, I want to get that, and why haven't I got this yet? That kind of thing. So look forward to that coming in the future. So that is it for now. I'm hoping to get, before the holidays, I wanted to maybe pop in like somewhat of a Christmas video. We'll see how that goes. I'm still working around, schedules to get things done. That's rough. To find the time to squeeze these things in around the hustle and bustle of my crazy family. And especially with the holidays too. But I will hopefully can try something Christmas themed to come in soon. So, that is it for now. Until then, this is Chuck saying, take it easy. Till next time.